boy, Matt, what he said. You know what, Matt? You know what it is. Powers Industry, home of new music and entertainment. I'm here with the one and only, the beautiful Chrissy Monroe and Tiffany.
Marge Tiffany.
Marge Tiffany. I'm sorry. Did she just wink at me?
Yes.
I think she's trying to make a move.
Yes. You're just her type.
Light skin?
Yeah. She's light skinned. On the same complexion.
Alright, so I know every interview they always talk about the love and hip hop and all that, so let's get that out the way.
That's okay, that's cool.
I just want to kind of get that out the way. I remember you on the show. I remember you was rocking when you was on the show. Actually, when you left, I was expecting you to do something on your own, so I was a little shocked that there wasn't some sort of spinoff.
Yeah.
So can you talk to me about like love and hip hop and I've heard a lot of stuff. Like I had an opportunity to interview a couple of love and hip hop, and I always thought you just got like a straight check. And they're like, nah, you get paid per episode and money.
Per episode that you're on.
Yeah, so talk to me about the because you was at the beginning of Love and Hip Hop and
I was on New York season 5, which is still kind of the beginning because now they're on season 8 coming up.
Yeah, I mean it was because they didn't really take off until about the time that you got on the show.
Popping. I made it popping. Okay. I kind of did, but actually, yeah, you only get paid per episode that you come out on. So you're filming for free for 6 months until they do the edits and they air. We don't see the show until you guys see it on VH1 on that Monday night. So you're sitting there nervous as shit, like, oh God, does my hair look okay? Oh my God, what footage did they use? Because you don't know anything that they're really going to use, and it's crazy. So, but they start mailing you your checks as the episodes are finished in the final cut. So I was on 13 out of 15, so I was more than happy with that season that I did. So I can't complain because some people only got like 2 or 3.
Yeah, you was like every other.
Yeah, and I was in the beginning of the show, with Chrissy across the screen with my dog. So yeah.
And I understand that Tiffany has over 10,000 followers.
She has almost. We're almost at the 10,000 mark.
Almost at the 10,000.
Everybody follow her on Instagram at Marge Tiffany. Let's make her dream come true. We're gonna have a puppy party and celebrate. Yes.
A puppy party.
Yes.
That's interesting. Puppy party. So that means a lot of hot women with their dogs.
Yes. She is, anytime my guy friends borrow her, they have mad numbers. Like, she's a total chick magnet. Oh my God, she's so cute. So
I mean, in Love and Hip Hop, you dealt with Chinks. Chink, I always call it.
That's okay. You know what is confusing? And I'll tell you the messed up thing.
The 2 names always throw me, and
Yeah, when Chink's drugs passed, rest in peace. People kept hitting me, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, sorry for what? Sorry for your loss. I said I didn't lose anything. Like, it's this different guy. But they're like, oh, they thought it was Chinks, not Chink. I'm like, no, it's a different person.
And I don't think the media helped either when they actually did it because they just threw it out there. They didn't recognize the difference.
No, people don't read anymore. They don't read.
So everything, they're waiting for certain medias to come out on the radio to tell you what's what.
Yeah, absolutely.
So so I guess my question is like, so what happened? Did you guys continue your relationship afterwards?
A lot of people ask me. To this day, people ask me, no, we split up. That was real, the breakup at the end of the season. I didn't even want to see him at the reunion. Like, he disgusts me. He's still with his wife, from what I hear, and he has another girlfriend. He's had a few since me, so this is just what he does. He's still a married man, and he has relationships with other women, so better than me. I chose not to stick around. I wasted 2 years of my life and my time. And it got nowhere, but, I've been past that. But, I wish him all the best, whatever.
So, what about a reality show for Chrissy?
Yeah, I want one. Everybody wants that. I need to get it together. Like, just me looking, they flew me out to LA for another show for the E! Channel that didn't they just didn't put into production this past year. And they just loved me so much. I said, hello, I need my own show. This is a big production company. But it might be something that could be possible because, I'm still looking for love and a relationship in the Big Apple after I got my heart broken in front of millions of people from a married man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there's a story there. And there's a lot of women in my shoes that want a relationship. And it's just, especially in these large urban cities, man, the guys just don't want to commit. So it's hard. It's really hard. And I go through a lot of funny stuff every day. You have no idea. Every day it's like a sitcom. It really is.
All right, so we gotta get a rally going for my girl Chrissy. We gotta get her own we gotta wake the networks up because I think you'll do great numbers.
Absolutely.
And I have to tell you, I like this look, the natural look. You know, I'm used to seeing you dolled up, and you know, my people will call your people type deal.
Yeah.
But, you know, right now it's kind of real right now. You
Thank
know what
you.
I'm saying?
Thank you. Yeah,
You
the
know?
natural look today is
The
chill
natural
day.
look, you know.
Yes.
So, you know, I know that speaking of the natural look, you actually went out and you talked about your body and stuff like that, and you made a lot of stuff public. Talk about that. I found that interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Because especially at the time you did it, it's real because other people don't do that. Everybody tries to front. Now they're talking about, I heard that it's not an ass shot, that you can really get, like one interview I remember, I don't want to say her name, but I remember she told me behind the screen, she was like, oh yeah, well, this is all my ass. They just took this part from here and put it there. And I'm like, okay, I guess.
So,
I mean,
it's
like,
called the Brazilian butt. Yeah, it's called the Brazilian butt lift.
Okay.
I actually had that done this past December, and I went on Instagram Live in front of over 75,000 people. They were watching me on the table getting this procedure done. And I'll tell you, I felt no pain. That's the number one question people ask, did it hurt? No. I was like, yeah, hey, Instagram Live, whatever. People were going crazy, like, oh my gosh, she's really having the surgery live. So what they do, it's called 360 lipo. They take, just imagine a circle around the globe, basically. They just suck everything out around your entire torso, your back, your flanks, your entire abdomen. They sterilize the fat, they harvest it, it's called, and then they put it into your ass. Voila! So you got the banging shape. Your waist snatched, flat tummy, and ass for days. So.
And where did they get this from up here? Like, do they do the same thing?
What, for titties?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I would definitely recommend. I actually ended up working at the surgeon's office. That's how much I loved everything that I went through with the plastic surgery for quite some time. You can transfer the fat into your breast, but it's not as permanent as if you got an implant. So I would advise anybody looking into it, don't waste your money on a fat transfer to your breasts. Get the actual implants, if that's what you want to do.
Wow.
But yeah, I've become quite the expert on lipo now. Everybody asks me about it. So yeah.
You should start your own practice.
I know, yeah. Okay.
Little MD joints.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
well, maybe I'll start a doctor's office and hire doctors to work under me, but I'm definitely not trying to go to medical school. I can't handle all that blood and guts and all that now. But I wasn't really looking down. I was like looking at the phone, so I didn't want to really. Yeah.
Once again, you know what it is, man. Powers Industry, the home of new music and entertainment. I'm here again with Chrissy Monroe and Marge Tiffany. Marge Tiffany. Hi, Marge. How you doing? You bored today?
No.
Well, we know ventriloquy ain't gonna work for you.
No.
So, you know.
Don't quit my day job.
Don't quit
If I
your
had
day
one.
job.
I know.
And you got about 50 of them. You're probably the most hustling person I'm not gonna say ever seen, but you definitely in my top 5 hustlers.
Really?
Yeah, I love the way you move. Like, you're in everything. I turn around and you're there. I turn around and you're there. Even before we actually met to talk, you're there. I'm like, damn, she's like everywhere. But first couple of times I saw you, I was like, is that her? And then I was like, nah, I don't want to go there. And she's
You were shy?
Yeah, I was a little shy.
Why?
The light skin, we kind of shy sometimes.
I can't with you.
We not like them dark skin dudes. Them dark skin dudes like, yo, what's good?
I usually date dark skinned men, yes. Yes. I do. I had my light skin phase though, I did when I was younger, but yeah.
So what's going on relationship wise? Because you did tell us right now you're looking for love. What seems to be the challenge?
You want the
finding
truth
right?
or the lie? Like, I just broke up with someone. I'm open to dating still. I mean,
well, let's do this first,
What?
because there's dudes out there that gonna put the application in.
of
So
course.
you don't want the wrong people applying for the wrong job. You
No.
know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you kind of want to keep it together. So what type of dude does Chrissy like?
A boss. I like an educated, classy man that is street smart and book smart, that knows how to cater to a woman, that has basic etiquette, manners, opening my car doors. He knows how to conduct himself in public, and he has to have money and be generous. You want me to lie? I'm not going to be a broke motherfucker. No, I've been there, done that too. No, I'm good. I want a man that's financially stable and knows what he wants out of life, and of course there has to be sexual chemistry. I'm not really a looks person. If you have the right personality, you will grow on me. It has to just be that natural, effortless.
You said you're not a looks person, so you could be on some shallow ranks and
Yeah, if he treats me right, yeah, why not? Shit. Yeah. I'm sure, he's not hurting for women, I'm sure. You'd be surprised. Yeah, you never know.
I don't know.
You never know. I'm
I
telling
hear
you.
you, man. The
Especially
money,
if they got money. It makes them very attractive to a lot of females. That's just the way of the world.
Nowadays it's kind of crazy. I do want to ask you this though. I did attend an event that you organized. I had a great time, and it was pretty much you were about stopping domestic violence. And I thought all the people in there seemed to be very supportive. There were some names in there that came through, showed love. I thought that was great.
Thank you.
So talk to me about this movement that you started with domestic violence against women.
Okay.
I'm interested in knowing about that.
Well, a lot of people, they do recognize me for being on Love and Hip Hop. That's where most people know me from. But what most people don't know is that when I left the show, I got involved with a guy from Brooklyn that was 13 years younger than I was, and he was abusive. I don't want to tell the whole story. It's on my website. If people want to know, I talk about the whole experience. And it just escalated quickly. It wasn't, of course, abusive in the beginning. He was very charming, very handsome. And, he grew on me. He said all the right things that I wanted to hear. And once he got into my home, I couldn't get him out. And he was just a nuisance and very violent. He broke my front tooth. I had to have that bonded from punching me in my mouth. I have permanent hearing damage in my left ear. I have, just the list goes on and on. I was going to the emergency room and lying and saying I got into a bar fight and stuff to cover up for him. And it was a lot of things. When I threatened to call police, I would get phone calls from women telling me my home address, that they were going to come cut my face, and it was just a nightmare. I've never been through anything like this, and I always said, oh my God, I'll never let a man put his hands on me. I don't care how tough you think you are, how mentally strong and stuff. This shit will wear anybody out, because it's not just the physical, it's the emotional and the psychological and verbal abuse as well, and financial. So it's a lot of factors. People just think, oh no, he punched me, that's domestic violence. No. He doesn't have to lay a hand on you. It's mind control. It's calling you all kind of filthy names every day, trying to isolate you from your friends and family.
Yeah, the level of psychological abuse that you hit with.
So I went through that. Luckily, I made it out alive through the grace of God. And, I was very conflicted. I kind of basically almost lost everything that I worked so hard for. And I was ashamed and embarrassed to tell people, because I thought they were going to look down on me, especially being in the entertainment industry. They're not going to want to work with me. Oh, she's drama. Don't hire her. She might show up with a black eye, girl. Ha, ha, ha. They would never say that to my face, but I thought, oh my God, people are going to blacklist me from the industry. But then I said, you know what? I really prayed on it. I said, you know what? God just really put a calling on my heart with the magnitude and platform that I was just blessed with being on such a major show, and amongst other shows and things that I've been on. It would be shameful of me not to come forward and share my story. So it was just bigger than me. And I said, you know what? This isn't about me. This is about me helping people and using this platform that I've been blessed with. So far so good. I came forward. It took a lot for me. I posted pictures of my face up close to show people this is real. This can happen to anybody. This happened to me at the height of my career. Nobody knew it. I would smile and wear makeup and cover up bruises and things like that. But, no one is immune. So, wow, I thought people weren't going to F with me. Oh, man, they received this. It was quite the opposite. I've had people who you would never imagine. A lot of people in the entertainment industry come up and secretly thank me for being a voice for the voiceless and speaking up on this topic, because everybody wants to sweep it under the rug like it's not happening. I guarantee, even if it's never happened to you or anybody filming or anybody in this room, you know somebody at your church, your neighbors, school, family that have been affected by domestic violence. So it's a worldwide epidemic.
It is, and I think I commend you for definitely doing that. When you invited me, it wasn't because I normally get invited to the parties and all that kind of stuff, but this was something I was like, well, let me see what this is about, because I know that you started that, and a lot of people don't realize that it also affects children. In a very large way, and this is what gives birth to domestic violence, I think. What happens is that, children see it, they grow up, and they only have adults as role models. So, I'm around children a lot, and, I've seen, particularly boys, they'll hit the girls and stuff like that, and some are excessive. Now, boys traditionally will just play one-on-one and kind of go back and forth, because they play with the hands. That's just how boys are. It doesn't matter what culture you are. You can be Asian, black, white, whatever. Boys like to play with their hands, but you could tell when a young man is a little too aggressive, and especially when they go and they target the other little girls on the yard. So that kind of sends a signal to whoever, hopefully the teachers and all of them that are watching, that listen, you got to look at this, and there's something might be going on at home. Because for me, I don't hold that child accountable. our holy adult
Parents,
is teaching that kind of
absolutely.
behavior. So I definitely want to commend you for
Thank you very
doing
much.
that. So the organization that you're a part of, you are helping to raise money for. What are the services that they're currently offering women
Okay, well-
who, aside from counseling naturally?
Actually,
what
this
other
is
things
a foundation that I started. I'm the founder and president of the foundation. So I said, let me do something different than other organizations are doing. I don't want to just say, hey, you're going to be okay. Let me give you a T-shirt. You're going to be okay, hon. No. I have been blessed as well to have a lot of resources and contacts that I can share with people that are in the shelter system or just getting out of the nightmare that they were in to get their teeth fixed. I work with a dental office, Steinway Dental in Queens, that we work with the New York State Crime Victims Fund to get cosmetic dentistry. Say you had your tooth knocked out and you don't want to go on a job interview, you've lost all your confidence. I want to give you your confidence back. I want to give you your smile back. So, they're wonderful with that. This year I fixed 15 women's credit absolutely free within the shelter system so they can become financially independent and get approved for an apartment and get out of the shelter system. These are things that cost.
That's my good. Yo, I'm loving that right there. I'm loving that right there.
That's what my foundation is doing. Because these are things that they need, people need, but it's not it's not food and shelter or whatever like that. But it costs money. It costs $500,000 to get your credit fixed, whatever. Let me give you that. Let me call my homie that has a credit repair. Let me shout him out on my social media. Get him some business for him donating his services to the people that we can help. So everybody's just working together. Everybody is benefiting from these things. So I'm always looking for new businesses, doctors' offices, dentists, credit repair, all kind of services. Actually, and I'm working with a wonderful woman. Her name is Doreen. To provide housing. We have quite a nice deal with the container. We're making the container houses that we're making. Say it.
You can say it. It's fine.
Yeah,
So
we're going to be donating actual houses
okay.
to people from the shelter system. We're going to be gifting houses.
Okay.
We're in the process, I'm in the process now. I'm in the real estate industry for 25 years. And as a victim, also and a survivor of domestic violence, my passion is women and children affected by domestic violence and giving homes to those victims so they can live financially free when it comes to their housing situation, so they can get out there and live their life's passions and give their kids an opportunity to get out of the system.
Yes.
So I have a $100 million grant that I'm working on, which gives me $100 million in residential credits, and I'm 100% debt-free at the end of 12-month term.
Wow, that is beautiful.
So that's what we're doing. We're really doing some
Correct.
big stuff and making some changes.
So this is designed for those kind of women who are also like, one of my favorite movies is Enough with Jennifer Lopez.
Oh yeah.
And I think that this
That was cool,
is
too.
kind of like the ideal situation. Like she finds a guy, he's financially, she puts all his trust, all her love into him, similar to what is, that's when he came with all this bread to, to provide for her. And then he holds her there because of the child. Like children can also be used as that,
Of course.
and again, and that's why that's even more the reason to have an organization like the one you're putting out there is so important, because we just not have to save the women from this, but we've got to save those children.
Absolutely.
From
The
seeing
kids
assault.
they didn't ask to be born into that.
Yeah,
It's traumatizing.
Exactly.
It's traumatizing. And like you said, they go home, they come home from school, they see daddy beating up mommy, they think that's the only way to control your woman. That's not the only way to control your woman. It's the wrong way. If nobody's there to tell them that's wrong. Or the women are learning, oh, well, he must love me because he wouldn't be beating on me. He cares about me. No, that doesn't mean he loves you. Like, he does not love you if he's beating on you.
Yeah,
But
he
these
just
kids
loves the
don't know
idea
that.
of control.
Absolutely.
And having you there and doing whether and it's crazy because sometimes you'll see domestic violence situations where I've seen guys have girls, and then what happens is they don't even you automatically think that guy that beats her cheats on her, and that's not the case. Sometimes they don't cheat, they don't do. There was another movie. I'm a big movie buff.
I see.
I love certain movies. It was called. I can't remember it. It was.
What's love got to do with it? I'm
No,
thinking about
not
the
that.
domestic violence.
I don't want to get in that ghetto stuff. No, this movie I remember. She lived on the beach with the guy. He was nice to her. He would hit her, and then he would apologize, and he would like, "I'm sorry," and buy her and flourish her with gifts.
Typical.
And she went out on a boat, and then she faked her own death,
Oh.
and she pretended to drown. And the reason she got away with it kind of for a while was because she acted like she couldn't swim, but she went and took swimming classes at the local.
Oh, this sounds like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, no, this was like if I can
I
remember.
remember it.
Huh?
I remember it. Who played in that movie? I'm trying to
There was some big actors in there, man. But it was the concept.
Julia
like,
Roberts.
Julia Roberts,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Julia Roberts was in the movie. She was the star, and the other guy, he's a pretty good actor too. They have some really good people. So she acts like this. She goes, she swims off. He thinks she's dead, but then she messes up because she does something in the house because she has to go back to the house because they live by the water on the beach.
Mhm.
So that movie was just phenomenal. But you know, it's just crazy the kind of things that women and the reason I'm raising these points is what women have to do. J-Lo had to actually take a class to learn how to defend herself and bring up her courage in order to get this guy rid of this guy. This woman has to fake her death, and they're very real things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And let me tell you why. Because you know what? Everybody's like, and this, I went through this. Well, why didn't you just leave? I had a friend of mine at lunch tell me, oh, "You must like getting beat." You know how sick I felt in my stomach? Like, that's what you think of me? I couldn't get this loser out of my house. Like, I was living in terror. Like, and when I fought back, I would get beat up worse. He was just a total bully. He just got out of Rikers now for beating up another woman and breaking her nose. So he's just a serial woman beater. But, you know, that's on him. Thank God I got rid of that problem. But all this to say, you know, it was victim blaming, which is very, very common, that, oh, well, you must like it, or why don't you just leave? It's not that simple. Imagine if you've been with a guy since you were 16 in high school, you never even finished, you have 3 of his kids, never have any education, no job skills. Where are you going? You don't have $1, he's controlled you financially, he told you ain't shit without me. Where are you going? And if you leave, I'll kill you, bitch. A lot of these...
And if you have kids,
Yeah.
I'm gonna, you know what I mean?
Of course, exactly. And a lot of these homicides that you see on the 6 o'clock news are when you just leave, because he will find you, and I told you not to leave me, bitch, now I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna kill the kids, I'm gonna kill myself. So a lot of these homicides is when you just leave. It's not easy to get out. That's why I tell people that contact me, I'm not a counselor, because I'm never gonna tell you what to do, and I'm never gonna be accountable. Oh, well, Chrissy told me to leave, and then he came and killed my kid. No, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a trained. I can share my experience. You can relate, I can share my resources, and I can send you to the domestic violence hotline. It's 1-800-799-SAFE. They are trained and competent counselors. I'm still healing. I'm still going to counseling. You know, I'm not a professional. All I can do is share my testimony and what I went through and use what I can and what I know in my heart I can do to help as many people as possible. But it's not your fault. It's not your fault. They have fucking issues. These people are sick in the head.
They are.
So.
Well,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So, before we get out of here, let's talk about our girl over here.
Marge Tiffany.
Marge Tiffany.
And Celebrity Catwalk.
So, yeah, I was going to say, that's what I wanted to know. So, she's been in shows.
Yes.
So, you know, I see you got the outfit on her.
So we're a part of a foundation. It was founded 20 years ago here in New York. It's called Celebrity Catwalk. We have people like Jamie Foxx.
Why is it called Catwalk if she's a dog?
Because she's on the catwalk modeling. You know what? Ha ha ha. It's a dog walk. Right? I wonder why.
I'm just asking, like,
It's
you know
a
what I mean?
catwalk. I guess because the models look like catwalks. It's just called a catwalk, but it's a dog walk from now on. Got it? It's the dog walk. Anyway, so we have a 3-day biannual event here in Manhattan. It's wonderful. We have so many great sponsors. And we raise money. We have fashion shows, pet fashion shows. We have different designers from all over the world that send the dogs outfits and stuff. And we raise money and we donate it to the smaller shelters in the tri-state area, Connecticut, whatever. You know, the smaller ones that are really giving their all to take these pets off the streets and save them and get them back, you know, their vaccines and get them adopted and fostered, whatever they need. So that's what we do. And Marge is the face of Celebrity Catwalk. And she wants to rescue as many fur babies as she possibly can. So me and Marge, we're all about giving back.
I hear that. So my last thing before I get up out of here was let's talk about the record you did.
You had to take
Can
it
we
down.
expect the album coming?
No!
Talk to me real quick about that before we get out of here. I gotta know about what brought this on. Like, why did you do that? What's the deal?
It was one of the things on my bucket list. I'm a major hip hop head. Always been since I've been younger. And I was just in the studio. My best friend had just passed away, and I was just in the studio. I didn't want to be home isolated. I went to the studio with my friend. He's a very, very talented producer. He's produced for Andre 3000, Cameron, blah, blah, blah. We were just in the studio sitting around. We had just left the funeral the day before or whatever. And I was like, I should get in there and make a song, because I was just sitting there. He's like, go ahead. I said, really? He's like, yeah. So he hands me a pen. He's like, write some shit down. So I wrote out some stuff, and he found me a beat on the thing. And then he refined, he made it into like the little bars or whatever. He made all the lyrics flow. And he said, now get in there. And I had to match up the words with the beat. That was not as easy as they make it look. That's hard.
It's not. It's a lot of work.
Because it's like you can kind of hear yourself and then you can hear the music. You got to match it up perfectly. So the song is called No Fuck Boys. It just was something on my head. It was some guy that I was dating at the time that was a total loser. And it was like, you know, you got on a chain, but you on a train. And all this shit. Just real shit. This dude was a bum.
I hear you.
I used to have to pay for his Ubers to go home. Yeah. So, like,
So he's
he was
coming
that
to
broke.
see you to naturally,
Yeah,
so y'all can
hang
hang out and do what you do.
He
And
had
then you
no
have
money.
to pay for him to go home?
Yeah, he had no money. But this is an up-and-coming rapper. You probably know him. Loser. Yeah, don't be fooled. These dudes are total fuckboys and bums. So yeah, so it was called No Fuckboys. It's a fun song. I know it sucks.
So
I'm not in denial.
you're not gonna, are you planning to perform the record at all?
I could. We want to make a video, actually. I need to get back on that, too. Like you said, I do 50,000
I have an opportunity
things.
for you to perform it.
I'm sure you do one of your showcases. I would never. No.
Oh, man,
I'm
yo, we might be
sorry.
able to sell some units here, man.
I'm not.
Powers Industry, Unsigned Artist Showcase.
And you never know. It'll probably take off just because it's so horrible.
I know they would go crazy to see you up there.
I know.
So.
Oh, my God. I would die. I would
So, all right, so we've come to the end, man. I want to thank you, Chrissy, for coming out and sharing your story about the movement and whatever I can do. You know, like I said, anything I can do on my end.
You don't just talk it. You really are a supporter, and I appreciate that. You show your face, and you.
Well, I like real
about
people, and I think that you're very real. Regardless,
Thank you.
I mean, there's always stuff around your name, and people. You have the kind of character where people either really love you or they
They
just
hate
don't
me.
like you.
I don't
There's
fuck
no gray area. Yeah. See, I don't give a fuck.
That's
what I'm
it.
saying.
I don't give two fucks.
You're like, hey, it is what it is,
They
right?
won't say it
You
to
know
my
what I mean?
face, though. Anyway.
So once again, you locked in Powers Industry TV, home of new music and entertainment. I'm out, man. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Oh, let me shout out my website.
Oh yeah.
For
The website, Instagram,
Yes.
all social medias. I apologize.
That's okay, that's okay. The website for Survive to Thrive Global is www.survivetothriveglobalorg. And the Instagram is Survive to Thrive Global. You can find me on Instagram at Chrissy Monroe, and you can find Marge Tiffany on Instagram at Chrissy Monroe. And
Oh, we gotta get her to 10,000. We gotta get her to 10K.
Gotta get Marge
We gotta
Tiffany
get her
to
to
10,000.
10K.
So yeah, so thank you for having me.
Alright.
All right.
And then how much does it cost to have her host an event? But I guess we get the both
10
of you, right?
chicken McNuggets.
10 chicken McNuggets?
Chicken McNuggets and bacon.
Choice McNuggets and bacon? I'm out, man. Thanks a lot, Chris.
All right, thanks.